Well, it's a nightmare of sorts for the Dreamliners. India has now grounded Air India's Dreamliner. All 6 Boeing 787 aircraft that are operated by state-owned Air India have been grounded. Decision has been taken after DGCA conducted safety review. DGCA says Boeing has to satisfy everyone with safety standards first. Remember, this decision by the DGCA actually comes in the wake of the US Federal Aviation Administration which grounded all the Dreamliners yesterday in the US. Air India too grounding Boeing 787 Dreamliners after the US decision. Vijay Kaur with us on the phone line. Vijay, just take us through the DGCA decision. When is the security review set to take place? For now, it appears it's going to stay grounded. The Dreamliners' wings have been clipped.
Yes, indeed. First of all, when this aircraft was brought in and when this aircraft was launched by Boeing, there was a lot of fanfare as to the size and the capacity of the aircraft. But now there have been some technical glitches that have been reported, and the company was also mulling calling back the aircraft. But now, after the US Federal Aviation Administration had announced to ground the Dreamliners, now the Indian aviation watchdog DGCA has also taken a similar decision. Now, as we all know, Ruchika, Air India, the national carrier, has about 6 Dreamliners that they have in their fleet of planes, and they have also decided to ground them. Now, yesterday, even in Japan, there was a technical glitch that was reported, because of which the Dreamliner, the Boeing 787, had to be grounded. But and taking a cue from that, even the Indian aviation watchdog DGCA could have thought of taking this decision, keeping in mind passenger safety and security. Back to you, Ruchika.
All right, so Dreamliners clearly have hit an air pocket here in India as well after US grounded all Dreamliners. Last evening, the aviation watchdog in the US gave clear directions that all Dreamliners will have to be grounded till there is a complete security review. Air India too has grounded all its Dreamliners from today. Jitendra Bhargav, who's formerly worked with the Air India, is now with us on the phone line. Mr. Bhargav, your first reactions. Air India has some 6 Dreamliners in its fleet. All 6 will be grounded. First up, I want to know what's going to be the impact on the operations and the flight operations as far as Air India is concerned.
You see, as far as the flight operations is concerned, I don't think it will have an impact, because Air India has adequate number of Boeing 777s in its fleet which were being underutilized or not being utilized. So these aircraft can now be deployed in place of the Dreamliners. The second part, this decision of the DGCA or Air India management to ground the aircraft was in a way expected after Japan decided to ground the aircraft. Because if you do not ground the aircraft and something untoward was to happen, somebody will have to take responsibility. So it's a very wise decision on the part of the government, Air India, to ground the aircraft. Now, Boeing, the Federal Aviation Administration in the United States, must complete the investigation as soon as possible and ensure that full safety parameters are being complied with, so that the aircraft can be put back in air, because it can have a very major financial impact on Air India, considering the fact that Dreamliners are cost-effective, fuel-efficient, as compared to Boeing 777s, which Air India will have to now deploy in view of the Dreamliner aircraft.
Right. Well, Dreamliner was certainly turning into a big nightmare there, Mr. Bhargav, and you're saying it's not going to have much of an impact on Air India network. Remember, all Dreamliners are owned by state-owned Air India. But Mr. Bhargav, I would like to know from you and explain to our viewers what exactly are the glitches that have been reported in the Dreamliner, because it's the flyers who may finally lose faith in this ultimate flying machine of sorts as it was advertised.
You see, as the name gives out, Dreamliner, it was a dream aircraft as far as certain features of the aircraft are concerned. But ever since they were introduced, and this has not happened only with Dreamliner, it happened with A380s also when they were introduced, there are teething troubles that come in. And let us not forget the fact that Air India is one of the first few airlines to have inducted this aircraft. So it is also facing the brunt of the teething problem that this aircraft is encountering. Now, the major issues that are happening is fuel leak, battery problems, because there are new technologies that have been deployed by Boeing in this aircraft to make it lighter, and therefore fuel efficient. Now, since there is new technology introduced, there may be problems. There could be serious problem, but Boeing, with its technical background, FAA as the major aviation agency in the world, will look at it, and I'm sure the problems will be able to, Air India and other airlines which are deploying the aircraft will be able to tide over the problem. As regarding my earlier comment, it may not have an impact because we shouldn't overlook the fact that Air India has only 6 Dreamliners in its fleet and serves only a few destinations, and Boeing 777 are available, pilots are available with Air India, so they can certainly replace. So as far as passengers are concerned, they should be risk assured that their flights will not be impacted.
Right, Mr. Bhargav, Boeing, of course, has the experience, and it, of course, is a company that's been in the business for very long. What stand does it maintain on the safety issue that's been raised now, not just by one, regulator, but several across the world?
You see, if you recall, it was last week that the FAA in America decided to investigate all the safety features of the Dreamliner aircraft. Considering the fact that Japan Airlines, ANA, were the first ones to have inducted the aircraft, and they were experiencing problems on the aircraft, and yesterday's emergency landing was just one of them, they took a call of grounding the aircraft. So this has set in motion a series of reactions, and I'm sure FAA, in consultation with Boeing, will go deep into the problems that are being faced by various airlines and ensure that safety is not compromised at any stage, because that's a prime function, and I, having been in the aviation industry, can vouch for it, that you can trust FAA to keep the safety parameters uppermost without any compromises, and only if they give a green signal should airlines redeploy the aircraft.
Absolutely. Safety is paramount. Many thanks, Mr. Bhargav, for joining us. Jitendra Bhargav, a former employee and the DG of Air India, speaking to us, explaining to us what really is the hitch. Dreamliners have been grounded after the US, the Indian aviation watchdog too, has taken a decision to ground Dreamliners. Virendra Gunawat, I believe, is with us on the phone line now. Virendra, I would want to know from you if there's been any response from Air India as to whether there's going to be a big setback as far as its network is concerned, considering there are 6 Dreamliners in its fleet.
Yes, we have got an official statement from Air India. They have said that we are following the directives sent by the Boeing and even the by the top officials, and they have confirmed that the 6 Dreamliner have been grounded till the further directions, till the entire technical problems get resolved. Because coming to the impact part, they have not stated anything specific like what's going to be impact, but they said that we'll wait till how many days, that is still not known, but definitely they'll be waiting for the Boeing green flag until the problem gets resolved with the battery technology, because as we know, this Boeing used to be a technological advanced jet, having the battery technology to save 20% fuel, which is being used in other aircraft. So definitely, it will be initial hiccups for Air India to fly this Dreamliner, which has been bought at the cost of 17,000 crores. But now, as of now, it is a small hiccup for them, and they will the final direction.
All right, just stay on with us. We are also joined on the phone line now by Captain D.S. Mathur. He is the former CMD of Air India. Thank you, Captain Mathur, for joining us. Sir, would you explain if this is a knee-jerk reaction from Air India after various aviation watchdogs across the world grounded Air India, or do you think it's a prudent decision by the airline?
You see, keeping safety in mind, it is always better to take precautions. You see, it's better to keep them grounded till they get to the root of the problems that exist on the airline. To me, they appear to be teething problems, but and it's better to keep them on ground till those problems are ironed out.